Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi and welcome back to my Pokemon Pearl Piplup only playthrough, also the Sapper, I guess. In the last episode, we worked together with our Empoleon to take out some more opponents. More importantly, we swapped a lot of things around to do other things. But the biggest important thing is when we played the game, I basically went off screen. Well, wait, I hate to tell you. Well, we defeated Team Galactic, obviously, the last episode, and additionally, we also faced off against the last gym leader, Volcaner, who actually turned out to be a lot more annoying than I initially wanted. And yes, I also got some pain janks because I want my to be as powerful as possible. I just realized I should just keep this because our next route we're about to go to is basically entirely water anyway. So we're gonna go to here, but we already did a lot of the other stuff. So anyway, back to Jevin. The city makes me feel at home somehow. It's next to see and there's a lighthouse. Oh, that's the city's gym badge. You must be very good. Please take these too. This is the TM, which turns into Waterfall. Each of those little seeds contains Waterfall. If you use Waterfall for the Pokédex, you'll be able to get to the Pokémon League. I don't know how I should say this, but good luck. Yeah, exactly. But yes, I went around and got some specific other things. Well, in the last video, we got choice specs along with other stuff. Choice specs allowing us to use that with, like, Surf or something to essentially become extremely strong. And now, we also grinded a little bit off screen as well. Scamper was only 60 or so going into the last gym that we took out, but I find it crazy that we had a 10 level advantage and we still lost that one time. It's actually quite annoying that it's off by just a little bit. If it was in a regular items playthrough, it would be completely different. In fact, we wouldn't have lost that easily. We would have likely won easily. It's because of that one move that we lost. I like how you waited until, like, later to finally do the special effect. Which, again, when you have high friendship in this game, you can randomly evade attacks. They may have nerfed it quite a bit, though, because I did not see it work at all in that fight when I needed it to. Alright. Oh, the return of an Azrael! This is late, basically close to victory load, and this trainer has an Azrael. Why is that the case? I don't know. All I do know is this thing is clearly weak most of the time. It's too risky to use choice specs at any of these battles, by the way, due to the annoying nature of the Pokemon having other stuff, as well as the fact that the Pokemon that you could fight against could be really annoying. And there's not really a good way of knowing until later. Also, just like the Elite Four have trolly Pokemon and other stuff, they also... just like the radio traders have Pokemon that are kind of off from their normal stuff in Pearl, so do the Elite Four members. I definitely have to pay attention. Was I multitasking too much, battling and swimming at the same time? Obviously, we can't use choice specs against the champion, and we can't use choice specs against the regular thing either. It's kind of odd. And yes, I purposely kept my Miracle Seed on so I could actually keep playing the aim normally. Oh, I get us this. This happens a lot now. I feel like they brought this back on purpose. It never used to be like that, where if you can get an encounter on the same time as you could get into a trainer battle. That used to be something exclusive to the original generation. For some reason, they have it back in here. So the battle just happened after. Or it's a bit weird, but it is what it is. Warning, this video might be a bit shorter, by the way, because I'm only going to show up to Victory Road. In classic fashion, I want to try and show my entire run from the Elite Four start of the run up to the champion in one setting. I really hate changing off of that, because then that just makes it really confusing to watch. So, yeah. Keep in mind, that means I'll also be doing the Barry fight today as well, since Barry technically isn't part of the Elite Four. Because, yeah, we have to fight him another time. And that's still not the last we'll see of him. Because we still have to do endgame, we have to fight other stuff. There's also other things to check out in this game as well. One thing I did when I did my other playthrough, which involved me playing through Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, only using Pikachu. Yeah, there was quite a few different stuff. Also, why does a Mantine have Bullet Seed? He's Water and Flying. They have some really odd moves sometimes. Alright. Then Classic Faction, so he lives by just a little bit. Trying to use Grass Knot to make it ill anyway, but even with this much health, they still at 9 when it, meaning they require a crit to be taken out. I know there's one thing. Crasher Rake, I am so sorry to have failed you. I'm intentionally not skipping encounters this time because I want to fight a bunch of stuff in Victory Road this time while I go through. Again, skipping this double battle, sort of, by fighting the traders as individuals, rather than as doubles. It'd be silly to do so right now. So yeah, there's only one required double battle in the entire game after what seemed to be pretty long. Once we get back to the regular game, we'll probably start catching more Pokemon and do more double battles, but I'm not going to show any of the catching either. I'll probably just bring out Pokemon I've already gotten from either the free Pokemon to something else altogether. Beyond that, I'm just going to keep it the way it is normally. It's mostly these water flying types that have been surviving the attacks. As for others, they've been usually taken out in one hit, but it's kind of different. Alright. Okay, this thing I know is way too light to die to Grass Knot. I have to Ice Beam it. There it goes. That one I just happen to know from luck and a lot of experience. My dream is to sim in the sea A in every region, apparently, is odds to do. Well, that'd be really hard to do, buddy, because you'd have to go to the right spots each time, and some of them, like Alola region, for example, are very far away from this side. Whatever you say, though. Well, that's a first. Haven't seen Quick Attack used in probably a really long time. We saw it a lot at the beginning of the game, now it's mostly gone. That's the only move that's really annoying, because it's like, I'm just trying to get through and then you have to Quick Attack me. Each one of those, at least with animations, waste about 5 seconds or so each time, which is really annoying to deal with. Honestly, though, because of that, because of the theories I mentioned, like the Elite Four having weird Pokemon, I don't trust myself to use Choice Specs on literally anyone except for Flint. I do not trust my setup to use Choice Specs on anybody but Flint and maybe Ike because they're required, but otherwise, I don't know. You just gave me a water fiend. I mean, rain, so I guess I'll use Surf on you. Take advantage of that while I can. Yeah. Now, I was right about those other weaker Pokemon having something else, but it wasn't Water Absorb like I thought it was Storm Drain. And I also found out that likely they may have not even had that. It may not look like it, but I'm traveling now, apparently. Oh, my. Tentacruel this time takes a while to usually beat down. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did get a bit annoyed because Pokemon kept on outspeeding me. So I completely altered my build by using Vitamin Drinks to alter my other setup, so I have a little bit more speed and also a little bit more attack. I did that by basically nerfing most of my defensive stats, which I didn't really need a lot of, because in this game you can kind of control your IVs a little bit. The way I basically did that is I used berries to intentionally lower my stats. Then after I intentionally lowered my stats a little bit, I then used drinks to raise them back up, and that allowed me to balance it out a bit more. There's a secret item over there that really entices me, but I'm not sure if I can even get that right now as it stands. Unlike some of the other stuff, I may not necessarily take out all the traders on this. I'm literally just taking the ones out in my way so I can continue on. I found a trainer's floating in the water. Actually, correction, I'm surfing. Get it right, girl. I still should know better than that. That's the sales aim, by the way. Anyway, another Wingull, really easy to take out. But yeah, I guess about the Elite Four. When I say they have weird Pokemon, I don't lie. They have some teammates that just don't make sense at all, and because of that, I do not trust using Choice Specs on any of them, and I don't want to use it on Bertha anyway, since I'll have to use likely some Grass Knots there anyway, but the first two in particular, I don't know what they will use. I memorized Flint enough to know that I could safely Choice Specs him down, and I could probably Choice Specs Lucian. That's the guy I was trying to talk about. Lucian, the final member of the Elite Four, also known as the Sidekick user. But everyone else, including a champion that I know, because of their weird Pokemon, I don't quite see myself being able to one-hit everything otherwise. So I'll just use Mystic Water on those fights, and use Choice Specs on those other two, and of course I'll use other things before other stuff. And then, assuming I still have an Elixir, I'm going to use Elixir before the champion. Because I did still mention that I am using items. They just can't be in battle now. Not gonna lie, having no battle items definitely makes this... Definitely is gonna make this Elite Four a lot more intense than it was before. Despite having leveled this part, that doesn't really mean anything. I could still lose just as easily. Super Sonic, by the way, already has a real accuracy rate, so... yeah, it's probably not it. Out of all the times I've been confused, I don't think I've gotten hit and confused a single time. Probably should have said that, because Lucian's probably gonna confuse me. Oh yeah, and I guess if strategies go bad, I may have to consider swapping choice specs for, like, a Parisian Berry to break out of confusion. Or something like, Berry or something. Because if Lucian's Pokemon outspeed me, they're likely probably also gonna try and put me to sleep as well. And I still don't know if I outspeed everything or not. Thankfully, once we get into the actual Elite Four, it's a really nice spot to level grind in the late game. So we may as well use it. Oh my goodness. I hate when they could just give you 2 encounters like that in a row really annoyingly. This is part of the reason why I initially wanted to repel, but it's like, this is a water route. And then I thought, this is definitely probably over 500 steps on. I guess I should have used a max repel, whatever. Okay, at least we made that. He wanted to see the Pokemon League for himself, apparently. Alright. You say, buddy. Gonna use this again. Alright. Alright. All these savers so far, except the earlier ones, have had Machokes for some reason. Just to show off their fame. Even though they mostly usually only use water types. I'm shocked. No, I really am. Okay, I can't go that way by default. By the way, back out or visiting my Empoleon. At any point, we'll send me back to the beginning of this route, and it's already pretty long from the looks of it, so I do not want that to happen, ideally. We just go all the way to the end. It shouldn't be too hard, given we are over-leveled, but, like... I say that as I lost one time to the Avatar. And that was literally because he had so much Pokemon. It was Volkner. He had so much Pokemon, and he also had a Volt Switch on him. Which he never had in the original game, by the way. He's so much easier in the original because of that. Because although he outspeeds you, he doesn't have Volt Switch, so he can't do that. So eventually his Raichu just gets taken out, and then you can take out the rest of his team just like normal. I like how I still stuck with the choice spec strategy, though, even though he had an Octillery which technically resists that, but... It's still faster, because I want to make sure that his Pokemon not in one hit, because if anything survives, yeah, bad things probably happen. Apparently this girl has won a swimsuit contest or whatever. Which, by the way, there is actually a reference of that. That actually references a... banned episode of Pokemon of the original game involving that. I won't say anything else other than it's pretty crazy to say the least. Finneon's way too late, but I also can't really use Ice Beam on it. So I have to Flash Cannon it since I have boost for me being steel type. That's probably the best thing to use against it. Also, I could probably just fast cannon Pelipper too, but I never tested it because I usually don't like doing that. I'm gonna flash cannon it now though. Nope. Knew it. That one I actually knew. Yeah, it's just defending. Yeah, that's no big deal at all. We can easily deal with that. We'll use Ice Beam again, I guess. I'll try to save the remaining ones for Dragon users because there might be some Dragon types. I just realized we haven't seen a Dragon Tamer yet. That means they're probably Alien type users. I've been sunk. Alright. Apparently this guy knows he can surf like me, but he swims anyway. Ah, the Return of Gyarados again. Ugh, I don't like this guy. In case you didn't know, I faced hundreds of Gyaradoses already, and they're all super annoying to take out. Effectively, the way I found out to beat them is just Grass Knot them first with Miracle Seed. And sometimes that would not kill them, and I would use that and Flash Cannon, and then once I got enough damage to just straight up kill them, yeah, I just Grass Knotted them. Because I found out even with an attack drop, it's not enough where you can lose your attack power to take him out. You can still take them out in one hit. That makes Gyarados quite a bit easier knowing that, but I more than 2 intimidates and I likely don't take it out. Of course, if I had something that suppressed the ability, it wouldn't even do anything. Which also brings up to another item called, I forgot. It's a different X-item that's something different, but it surrounds you in a mist that essentially protects you from stat lowering moves. Oh yeah, that's right. Halfway through we get this heal. Well, that's really important, because we definitely need this heal going into the Pokemon League and everything. By the way, this X-suit is going to be pretty large, so it more or less make... And one guy says Vitriol lives up to its name, apparently, which actually makes sense, because it is intended to be the last part of the game and also the most difficult part. I'm just gonna use Mystic Water for this first part. I don't know if there's... I'm still pretty new to what I can do and what I can't. But anyway, the most important part about this is, because I mentioned a chain setup was happening, and this has the highest wild Pokemon, I still want to grind to a set level to make sure things happen. So for that reason only, I am going to take out the wild Pokemon here, except for that, apparently. I've gotten so used to running away that I've completely forgotten to do that. Be warned, mortal. I can see the future. That's because of your sight. That makes sense. Let's see what he actually has. That is not even a Psychic. That's a Ghost type, but to be fair, they're kind of mixed. They often have either Psychic or Ghost type Pokemon. They don't seem to care. Alright. What can I use? Other than some certain Pokemon on Cynthia, I'm actually the most worried about Lucian in particular, just due to his annoying sleep powers and a couple of other stuff. If I do the right strategy though, it should be fine anyway. Don't want to take any chances with this guy. I'll just surf down his team with the Mystic Water up. I'm gonna Flash Cannon you. for fun. These fiends usually do not have a lot of defense. Like, Elsam in particular has low defense, so it should die, theoretically. Unless you're playing the original generation, where it has a stupid amount of special defense, just because of the way that works, but in these newer games, just not strong enough, defense-wise. Alright. Oh, here's Steelix. As funny as it is, I'm gonna use Grass Move regardless of what he's weak to, because he usually has Sturdy anyway. And he's already a pretty heavy boy, so he should die from it anyway. Okay, well, I guess I could be sort of smart. Like, if a weakling comes, I should not take it out. But everything else, I'll probably take out. And knowing me, Grass Knot is probably the best thing I should use here. I think the main time I'll stop is once I reach level 70, which is usually what I like to aim for before going into the Pokemon League. Thankfully, I already grinded quite a bit off-screen, so yeah. Also, you think in a solo playthrough, why not just kill everything? Well, because I'm not using items in a lot of battles and other stuff, if I do that, I'll run out of moves. I have to kind of spread it out more, and eventually I'll have to just repel through stuff, so I think what I've decided to do is grind to level 70, then run repels for the entire route. I'm intentionally not using water surf because I want to save it for the trainers, by the way. It's more important for them to get taken out with that than anything else. Okay, if he just keeps on doing that, then... Okay. I know I have an Ice Beam back, but I'm still gonna save them because Dragon types are coming out, and I want to make sure that I have enough Ice Beams to take them all out. Because although the game has gotten into the late game, we haven't really seen much Dragon-type Pokemon up to this point. Gen 4 is one of those odd games, just didn't really have much Dragon-type Pokemon in my opinion. The only one in this one, at least in its original version, is known as Gible, which later becomes Garchomp, which you of course see, I'm gonna use Flash Cannon on you, actually. Flash Cannon on its own is actually pretty busted. I'm glad I have that. That is essentially a different move that I could use to take out grass types, but otherwise it's mostly there just for extra versatility. But yeah, part of the reason why I said I wanted to get to this before the end of the last episode, which didn't happen because of busy things that happened in my life, is because this is the best wild grind spot in the game, meaning you can grind wild encounters really easily. Oh, here's the first Dragon Tamer. Unlike the dumb setup, they actually gave them the iconic hair look that the Dragon Tamer already has, meaning you can now immediately tell that's a Dragon Tamer. That might not actually be the case, though. That's the same hairstyle as the Bird Keeper as well, so it might be one of those flying type trainers also as Bird Keepers, like I said. But yeah, I figured since I still need a couple of levels, let's grind to 70 here. Oh yeah, he has a cage. Yeah, he's a Bird Keeper. My bad. Alright. I don't know Woo is actually required. All I know is that, the route set is quite awkward. Whoa. I, like, lagged for a split second almost. I don't know what to use on them. Except Ice Beam right now. Hello, crit. For anybody who's confused why the friendship thing or all those weird text boxes keep happening, it's because due to this game, they added a couple of things to it, with the biggest thing being, since Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, if you have a high friendship with one Pokemon, you can randomly dodge moves, even if they are 100% accurate, at least as of that game. And you have a chance to randomly survive any attack in the game with 1 health, even if you don't have full health upon initiating an attack, which is why I lived with 1 health, because it's essentially a hidden effect. And the game lets you know with a text box that happens whenever it does happen, which is kind of interesting. And another effect is to just have it, it is possible for status effects to just completely go away altogether. Yeah, that's right, you can have a status effect like Poison, Fusion, or whatever, and you'll just randomly get it remove it as if you had shed skin. In the original games, you could only remove that early with a special ability known as Shed Skin, which causes the Pokemon to occasionally heal any status conditions at the end of each turn, meaning you couldn't really status them really good. A similar thing happens, it could just randomly, shower stuff. Also, I don't know why I went down there. That was silly. We need to go over here and up. This victory road is definitely more awkward than some of the other ones. So the others have, well, just a simple boulder puzzle and nothing else. The original is kind of obnoxious because you have to push 2 boulders down to a certain area before you could continue past certain path, but other ones, not so much. This one, though, you have to do lots of looping paths, meaning you have to go through a lot of the cave, meaning there's plenty of time for wild encounters. Of course, I need some of them to get to level 70, so I'm taking them on purpose so I can get to level 70, of course. Okay, I'm gonna use Surf on this main, because why not? I'm out of basically all the other moves I could use on it. This is one counter I could have easily skipped, because I don't like using stuff on it, but whatever. And I don't take 1 extra wild encounter to make sure, just as a setup so I can reach level 71 after the trainers, ideally. And hopefully that should be enough. If it's not, then I don't know what will be, because I am not going any higher. And I guess besides that, if I have time to grind for other stuff, you'll probably see Apollyon reach 100 or whatever, because I want to grind him to like 100 or something. Tell me how you battled to get here. Let's do this. Okay, this is the first main trainer you have to battle. The other 2 you could skip. This one you have to battle for sure. Maria here just really doesn't want us to get a free pass into the end of Victory Low. She wants to make sure we're ready. Coming up in a minute will also be the best grinding trainer in the game. Oh, actually, that's her. Yeah, so this pussy right here, you can kill it, and it gives you a ton of experience points. In the original game, though, it was a bit slower because it took a really long time to take it out. Oh, wait, this is bad. I don't know what I did. I keep thinking Blissey has high special offense, but it's like, wait, Blissey has high special offense. I'm supposed to use Grass Knot. Blissey pretty much has really high special defense, but it can die to pretty much any good physical move. Problem is, I don't really have a good physical move on this character. So, I guess we're just surfing it down. But that's fine. It is worth it though, because Blissey gives a ton of experience, more than any Pokemon in the entire game, which is what makes it so infamous. And it can't really do much to me because I'm Steel type, so I honestly don't care what it does, as long as I can take it out in a decent time. And there we go. It looks like they did definitely improve its defense a bit. In original, Blissey had very low other stuff. But as you saw there, 4,000 experience points collected from one battle. Now we could grind a little bit faster, but in order to grind efficiently, we need to catch a couple of Pokemon. In case you're wondering how to actually get the Pokemon that I mentioned, you're supposed to get that through something else altogether. And the main way you're supposed to get, like, I talked about this lucky egg thing. By the way, that did a lot simply because it had low health. That's what makes reversal such an annoying move. But that's fine, we're getting heal off of it, no problem. It's a bit annoying though, because a wild could have easily... That wild Pokemon could have easily destroyed me. Alright. Gonna heal and use Repel. Use this on purpose so we can save the later heals for when we need them. And then we're gonna use Max Repel. Also, we're almost out of these. That, I think I should have bought some. Yeah, I don't think that was a good idea. Alright. Well, here we go. Not necessarily gonna go for this getting all the trainers down. I'm gonna first focus on actually getting through the main game. Okay, that's not good. That train over there is probably where I'm supposed to go. Alright, I'm gonna go for you first, though. One look at you tells me you're a Leo contender. What do you got? They finally have Rapidashes instead of Ponytas, at least whenever they have higher type Pokemon, it's usually just Ponyta. The main reason, by the way, I did not have certain effects going into other things is mainly because, well, the reason why I didn't have choice specs here is because, like that, you could just have random nowhere that you don't know about, and you need to know how to deal with them. Otherwise, who knows what could happen. So it's safer for me to use those Mystic Water for this entire thing, because this will give me the main to take out other Pokemon, and I can still take out the others when stuff happens. Oh boy, now we have Rampardos as well. Rampardos very infamous for in Pokemon having the highest attack power of any Pokemon in the game, higher than even the legendaries like Mewtwo and all those others, which gives it quite a reputation. So yeah, best not to get hit by that, but thankfully it took it out just fine, as you saw there. Nothing to worry about. Okay, that's when I at first got a little bit confused, but then I was like, oh yeah, just break the lock and do that. That's much better. Most of these trainers are required, by the way. You can't skip them. At least the ones I'm facing right now, at least at the moment. These are unskippable. I feel like Clefairy doesn't have as much special defense as Blissey did, but I don't know if I can take it out in one hit. We'll just use her and hope for the best. Okay, good. Got it. Oh my, here comes Torterra. Because Barry never used it, this is actually our first time facing off against Torterra. Which I mentioned is Splashing Ground, meaning it has a 4 times weakness to Ice. So yeah, it just gets destroyed by Ice Beam right there. It'd be silly to use anything else. The battle just now must make you tougher than everyone in the world, huh? Wait, so are you saying you're satisfied in the world? Well, correction. You're not the strongest trainer in the world because you can't be by default. And even if you could, Cynthia already has that distinction. Nobody's beaten Cynthia, so... I bet you Cynthia could probably beat like 2 or 3 times easily. I like how he says he's the strongest trainer in the world, but then he forgets about the fact that Cynthia exists, and Cynthia's the actual champion of this game, so it's like... Yeah, what are you thinking, buddy? Alright. I don't know why I'm using Ice Beam on the other stuff, but I definitely needed to use Ice Beam that 1 hour at a time. That's for sure. We'll just use Surf on this. Nice. Surf did get weakened a bit. I think it's 90 power now. It used to be around 110, which made it really busted. Changed it slightly, but it's still pretty good overall to use. Nice, a ground Pokemon. That's probably very heavy. Even with resistance, I want to use Grass Knot on this thing because it probably weighs a ton. Yep, I was right. Died in 1 hit, easily. I'm going to be using Grass Knot a lot, by the way, on those 7 round types, because they tend to weigh a lot. Meaning, Miracle Seed might actually be better than what I initially have planned for Bertha or Wise, which is the 2nd gym. Elite 4, remember? Oh. Oh! I'm scared because that part is one of the more obnoxious parts. You jump down there, you have to redo the entire middle section again. So I can't afford to miss that. That would be really dumb if I messed that up. Oh god, this guy is a really menacing looking Machamp there, but with Surf it should probably die anyway. Mystic Water Surf, that is. Yeah, okay, easy. If this was a Piplup only challenge, that likely wouldn't have died. Like, I mean, like Piplup, but not evolving at all. I might try that later, but this early on, I'd rather not. Okay, that actually lasted quite a bit. That's good. I'm just gonna try and get... And yes, I'm just trying to get to the end of this, by the way. I don't wanna take too long doing anything else. And she can see the past, apparently. Alright. We've not seen Chinoline at all, by the way. Chinoline usually appears a little bit more in, like, Platinum, but they, for some reason, didn't include it a lot in this. There's just so much in your past. Okay. How you say? Is there anything back here? I just want to check. Oh, that's something completely different, but it's probably not a good idea to go back somewhere when there's a trainer over here and a waterfall I need to climb anyway. Alright. The return of one of Cyrus's elite Pokemon, Honchkrow. Except he's a different trainer, but still. Return of Honchkrow, which is now gone. It's not really that hard to take out, let's be honest, but that is not how I planned the final chapter to go in my whiting class, huh? Okay. Seems upset. One thing I definitely remembers is you definitely have to use Waterfall to get past certain parts at some point during the aim. So, that's part of the reason why I went up here, because the waterfall usually shows a big sign that you are going the right way. I need your help with this, because I am making a strong Pokemon even stronger. First of 2 Dragon Tamers here. I like how in class... This is a Dragon Tamer that I was waiting about, by the way. And I like how instead of keeping it like a veteran or whatever, they actually changed his look to look more like his actual trainer self. In the original, he looked completely different, like a completely different trainer. He could be mistaken or something else, but all the Dragon Tamers now look different. Apparently, there's no way he could have won, which makes sense. Empoleon really overleveled compared to your Evite. What you gonna do? Is this good? Oh, yeah, this is a trainer. Okay, that alone tells me. That alone tells me I definitely need to go here or somewhere else. Not sure if I needed to take out this guy, though, but I definitely needed to go this way, at least. That I know. Tentacruel's really annoying, by the way. The only thing I have against it that works really well is Grass Knot, and that doesn't even kill it in one hit, so it's one of the many Pokemon I have to take out in 2 hits instead. And it Acid Armored, so now I have to swap over to Surf, because I can't kill it with the other thing now. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, sharply raising defense, I don't think that would make my thing Grass Knot work bad. Okay, this way I can definitely Grass Knot. It's 4 times weight to grass. So I'll definitely do that. And then classic Sturdy, of course. We'll do the explosion. I've never seen one after getting Sturdy go into explosion immediately after, which would be annoying. Also, I guess technically speaking, we have kind of a mixed setup going on here. Burfer, one of the Elite Four members, can also be scary. She is ground type, which is actually my weakness, but at the same time, I have water and grass, which is her weakness, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I think that fight's gonna really come down to also, hello, myself. I forgot this exists. I forgot there's a clone of myself that has to be fought. What this Empoleon doesn't know is he's just a regular Pokemon. But this is just no ordinary Empoleon. This is Scamper the Empoleon. Get what I'm getting at? just because of that alone, you can't win, buddy. Try however you want, but your Polion will never win. Beat mine. Just destroyed him. Now he understands. He understands why I beat him. Okay. Oh wait. Ow, frick me. Wait a minute. This isn't a safe thing, isn't it? Okay, that's just a regular item, but anyway. Wait a minute. Oh boy, no repel now. Now we're back to getting wilds. I will not take any encounters unless I absolutely need one to reach level 72 before Berry. Beyond that, I won't do anything else. Even if this video ends up being longer, it's perfectly fine, because I honestly don't care. I want it to be longer anyway. I have Ice Beam, so I can take this one out. I call it the ideal place to train with the best. This guy is similar to the other one, except he has multiple Gibbles instead. Unfortunately, we cannot kill them with any other moves that we would normally use, like maybe Flash Cannon could be used and other stuff. I can assure you, I don't think we could take him out with any of them, so we just have no choice but to Ice Beam. By the way, starting at a later point, well, I guess after he becomes a good bite, the Garchomp lineup, also as the Gible lineup, is technically ground in ice, meaning it's 4 times weak to ice, meaning, yeah, it's likely going to get destroyed by Ice Beam. Of course, Cynthia does still have a small advantage, given she Garchomp probably outspeeds our Empoleon, meaning, again, we need a lot of defense to make sure we survive. Oh, classic. Doesn't seem like they like becoming just a regular Dragon Tamer without at least having the Gyarados. Gyarados on a Dragon Tamer does make a lot of sense, though. They are... This is a higher level. It's probably not going to die to Grass Sap, but I'm still going to use it anyway. I can take it out in 2 Grass Knots at least. I'll see if there's another trainer before the next part, before doing another battle. If there is another trainer, I'll just battle that, and that'll make me 72. Alright. Oh! Knew it! We are at, I think we are actually at the end. That was actually faster than I expected it to go. I think it actually went pretty well overall. Save just in case I make a mistake and then like die to Berry and have to go one way back, but I don't think that should happen if I actually heal properly. Alright. There's our 72, like I mentioned. Now we can go to the Pokemon League. Oh, here it is. I guess they have to show that before sending you actually in the place. Alright, made it. Thank goodness for that. Made it to the Pokemon League. Now the last thing left to do is to do a full solo run of the Elite Four with just Piplup. I'm gonna use full heals for stats conditions, and then otherwise just transfer. I don't actually need a lot, so I'll just transfer some of the money so that I have, I'm gonna specifically do 40. We definitely don't need 40 because we'll only be using one each time, but just in case, may as well do that. We still have to face all the fights in a row without losing. But anyways, running here, before we can even talk to the guy, Barry comes in. Don't go off without me. You're challenging a Pokemon League, are you? That's why I'm here too. Let's see who's more worthy of making a challenge with a battle. Like, you're gonna be ready for that, buddy. Barry, I mean. And yes, I did name him Barry after all. This his iconic anime name. Don't know why they didn't have the original set names brought back from Pokemon Platinum, Diamond, and Pearl, but I figure since this is new, may as well do that. Oh wow, yeah, our Raptor actually outspeeds me, but I have even higher levels than other stuff. Okay, you must have IV trained it to be really high. Also, what the heck? Oh wait, that is a focus sash. That has to be a focus sash. Yep, knew it. So what's focus sash, you're probably wondering. He's gonna probably heal. Nope. I forgot, Barry doesn't have heals, because he's an idiot. By the way, that setup alone makes that a bit annoying. Suddenly, I'm a bit worried, simply because his Staraptor has focus sash. Hopefully he doesn't have any more of those. Oh wow, 55 is actually a big jump. After that close combat, I'm definitely worried. Anything that doesn't do a lot, doesn't do much to my Polion, but when they do get super affected, it still takes a decent amount. Even if it doesn't necessarily when it KO me. Let me guess, it's probably gonna have close combat as well. I like how he just I like how me hitting him is just him taunting me for some reason. That was a crit and that didn't do a lot. Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna be sleeping for a little bit, probably. Okay, well, before I think of anything else, let's go for Grass Knot on him, because he's really heavy boy. Oh boy. High horsepower, yeah, that might suddenly become a bit more difficult than I thought. Well, I'm actually glad I healed for once, because I didn't know Barry had this specific setup. I also didn't know that I still don't have enough damage to take out a Snorlax, which makes it pretty bad because I can't win anymore all of a sudden. It's crazy how I thought I was doing other stuff, right, but then frickin' Barry of all things takes me out. But I'm right here, so I just warp here, but man, that's annoying. Does that mean I cannot take out a Snorlax without a specific setup? Okay, well, I can't choice Specsaball down because he has water type. And I can't do anything else because he does other stuff. Because of that one specific setup and that specific setup only, I'm going to have to swap this. I'm going to have to swap whatever that thing was. And swap it for Miracle Seed wherever I left it. There it is. I'm going to swap this for a Miracle Seed. I got healed, so I may as well go into the same fight again, but still. Yeah. Again, with full items, I would just full restore and be out of the fight pretty easily. Because I can't, yeah. Barry actually has a small advantage just because of his Snorlax. If we could 2-hit it, we might be fine, but wise, not really. It's not a terrible loss, because we can still grind it out using other stuff, and we can still go back and fight the Blissey trainer. I just realized if it uses Close Combat twice, I might die anyway. Because of its frickin' that. Suddenly, Barry is actually a lot more difficult fight than I expected. There's probably still a way to win this, obviously. I just have to, once again, hope for good luck, because like other trainers, he's probably not necessarily the best with in terms to AI, so he could just randomly use other stuff. In the new game, he's probably decently smart, but it's like, maybe there might be a small chance of taking him out. Alright. If this gets really bad, I may have to just purposely use Ice Beam and hope for a lucky freeze of all things. But then I'd have to hope that he doesn't fall out right away, and it'd just be really annoying. Alright. Ideally, we just take out the Snorlax in 2 hits instead of 1, but looks like that's not happening anytime soon, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, just barely can't finish it off as a result of that. If it had not been for the yawn on at all, I could easily just get through this, but no. And yes, no items is quite a bit unique because, again, we can't heal out of this just to do other stuff. If this was a regular challenge, I would have just healed and, yeah, he would have already been beaten. But I can't do that in this challenge. That's the big thing that sets this apart, is once you get trapped, you're probably screwed unless you have a way to change that. Barry's Focus Sash, regardless of what happens, is probably not going to be the nicest thing. That's what I get for dropping my defense, I guess. Okay, well, none of those strategies are clearly working, so I think I have no choice but to actually purposely go for, choice specs, even if I have to do, not very effective. It might be the only way to win, so I'm gonna try this a couple of times. Of course, I'm gonna have to do it with Surf, because that's the only strong move I have that's good enough to take out other stuff. Maybe then I can maybe kill his Zoroark in 2 hits. Otherwise, if that thing gets to attack at all, I'm basically screwed. If I could get past this third Pokemon, then the rest of it should be fine. Assuming one of his other Pokemon doesn't have Storm Drain or whatever the heck it is. He shouldn't, but it'd be annoying if it was. Also, I just realized if Sunny Day does weaken Water-type moves, that'd be another reason why I lost. But yeah. And yes, I taunted quite a bit about Barry. He's normally infamous for being very easy to take out, but this game, not so much, actually. I'm not gonna lie, this version, they definitely got a big buff. Probably because of this challenge is why it's so bad. Well, that's very annoying, because if I cannot get past him right now, then that means I technically have to grind even more until I do other stuff. But I'm thinking it probably was just my own fault, so I'm choice specing right now, hoping for the best. Okay, that's definitely not working. Whatever that strat change was, that definitely didn't work. That alone gives us a reason to probably want to do other stuff. Okay, hopefully he just uses Yawn like an idiot, but he's probably not going to. Since I'm at 7, he's probably gonna quick attack. In fact, if he has even if I could do other stuff, if he's smart, he'll just use Aqua Jet and kill me anyways, because that's what he does. Oh, that's a new one. The only reason he's using that, of course, is because, well, I'm already pretty weak, so there's not a lot of other stuff. I didn't see if that, actually... Hello boys, my name is Koyoshi, and this is an unexpected video from the developer theme, or whatever you think. Welcome back to Pokemon Shining Pearl. We made it through the entirety of the Victory Road to get through the other setup, but as you see with this thing, we got stopped by Nard and Barry for some reason. Simply because his one other Pokemon, Snorlax, was just a bit too tough for us. We lost, and it was super annoying. So, basically what I did, off camera or whatever, is I grinded a couple of levels to make sure I did ever subs. I did what's called the failed battle trick, which I basically just failed a battle over and over again, which was this one. Until at last I got through it. Until at long last I got a couple of levels for it. And then I quickly realized I still have rare candy, so I could have just used that. Call me an idiot, whatever you want, but yeah, I kind of forgot about that. But I did a little bit testing, finally found a strategy that works, and I'm about to show that off to you. So, you're probably wondering, why do we have a Chesto Berry? That is for Snorlax. Snorlax will put us to sleep by default. If we do not use that on him, then Snorlax is guaranteed to take us out, and there is nothing we can do about it. There's also still some RNG in the mix. Barry is sort of a random trainer. He will sometimes not do Yawn at all, which is what he usually does on turn 1, and instead do what's known as high horsepower. If he does that twice, unless he rolls for some reason, but that wouldn't even work. If he high horsepowers twice, I'm dead. If the sleep goes off, I'm also dead, so I had no choice but to literally remove my beloved Mystic Water just to deal with that. And I also found out that apparently Surf doesn't do a lot of damage to him, and Flash Cannon actually does more. The only reason why I'm using Flash Cannon now is because it has a hidden effect where it can drop a Pokemon's special defense. Ideally, I want that to happen on that first turn. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But it's fine. Okay, that is more or less normal. The good news is he yawned turn 1, which is really important because if he didn't yawn turn 1 and did it twice, then I automatically lose. But anyways, here we go. Our Chesto Berry should wake us up, and with this setup, we can just barely get a free hit on him. I don't think we can free hit him without the levels I gain. If I still fail after this, by the way, I'm probably going to change up other stuff. But there you go. We got past this Snorlax after what was probably around 3,000 attempts. But his Fulso is still faster, so he's still going to get a hit on us. But that's definitely not going to kill us. Even better, that's going to put us into Torrent, which means our Water-type moves will become even more deadly now. Which makes his Heracross die in one hit, which, by the way, I did not kill his Heracross in one hit, by the way, when I was doing an off-screen attempt. I think it lived on, like, 2 HP or something. With Torrent, it should definitely die, though. Because I remember that because I have, like, 140 health. Yeah, okay, it's dead. Alright, so now we should finally be able to get through the battle. Which is good, because I was really annoyed when I got through this. I fully believe in this last one. I have no reason to freak out. Well, you have all the reason to freak out. I'm about to potentially destroy you unless... Wait. Okay, good. My goodness, that was actually kind of scary. Barry has to go down strong, of course. Just fighting all the way. Had to make it close at the end, but there we go. Finally, Barry is defeated. What just went down? My team still needs raising? Yep. Yep, I will agree. I guess I'm not ready for the Pokemon League I'm using to lose. Darn it. Just you wait. I'll get tougher and win my way through Pokemon League. Because I'm going to be the toughest out there. That's Pokemon chatting. You better not lose to anyone before me. And now we finally get to heal after that. Oh my gosh, that was just freaking brutal. I've never had a battle take that long before, though, but I guess it's classic for that to do other stuff. I was intended to beat Barry before that so I can do other stuff, but then, yeah, things kind of happen. I need to get an encounter here, assuming encounters happen here. Oh my. Wait, is this... Are there really no counters here? Oh, there they are. I'm trying to get level 675 here just for the simple fact that I can use my rare candies. Because I completely forgot to use them in the last video, and I should have. Well, now I'm going to do that. Which means I'm more than likely ready for the Pokemon League, because I don't see any other way of grinding really quick otherwise. So we're going to use Grass Knot here and just kind of go for it. But yeah, there you have it, folks. Chestoberry. A Chestoberry of all things is what we needed to get for that battle. Now we have to deal with the Pokemon League. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Probably not. I expect Cynthia to toast me very quickly, but we might be able to win. Depends on what these levels give us. If we die here, at least we have more trainers to grind on, meaning we'll get more levels throughout other stuff, and we'll also get more levels during the Pokemon League anyway, so I think we should be fine. So anyways, here we go. We have the rare candies. We're gonna just use them all and go straight to 79 and get a bunch of stats, and there we go. We got all the levels that we can from that. Now we're going to finally do this. Now, in classic challenge form, I am going to defeat all of the Elite Fours in one session. By the way, this is something I added on my own just to make the challenge more interesting. I'm going to drop a save here just to set up stuff, but that's it. I am not saving between any other Elite Four members, nor am I saving for the champion. In true Elite Four fashion, I have to defeat them all in one setting. Otherwise, I go back to the beginning, because that's the way the game should work. So we're going to do that. Let me confirm you are qualified to challenge the Pokemon League. To do so, I'll need to examine the gym badge you gathered for on sale. Urban City's Cold Badge, Eterna City's Forage Badge, Skull Badge, Petrolia City's Fen Badge, Hearthstone City's Relic Badge, Canleaf City's Nine Badge, Soapblight City's Ice Shield Badge, and finally Sunny Shore City's Beacon Badge. And, yeah, we have them all. Very well, trainer, you've indeed collected all the badges symbol. Take the power that brought you here and go for glory. I'm just gonna end this right here to just show a setup, but yeah, I did not really go for the Pokemon League the best, so I am just gonna show you the berry fight and a couple of other stuff. That's it. I will not show off anything else. And from here on out, I'm basically going to do a challenge where I will attempt to beat all the Elite Four in one cycle from this save. If I fail for any reason, then I have to restart from the beginning. Until then, though, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry about this.